As you can see from this chart, telecom stocks have been absolutely ripping this year. This is the Telecom ETF XTL, and while I would never buy a stock or index that is this far extended, what I'd like to do with you guys is look at the its composite parts. That is what stocks make up this index. Maybe we can find some telecom stocks that are set up nicely technically with good fundamentals. Maybe we can capture some of this move. Hi everybody, my name's Joe. I am a professional trader with 28 years of what am I trying to say? 28 years of investing experience. Let's jump right in. This, of course, is not investment advice. Just taking you with me as I take a look at this index. Actually, before we break the index down, let's just see how far extended it is. Let's just draw in. Here is our cup, right? And let's just measure this. Yeah, it's run up 20% since it broke out here in July. So it took a little digging, but I managed to find the stocks that are in this index. And here is the list. Notice that this is on stockanalysis.com. I will put a link to this in the description. Looks like the biggest holding by far is Lumen. I wonder what happens when we click on these things. Let me make a chart list in stockcharts.com so we can have some nice Japanese candlesticks, my preferred charts to look at. Do we recognize anything else? Motorola, I suppose I know that. T-Mobile, AT&T, Cisco, Juniper, ANET. I actually really like ANET. We'll look at that one in just a minute. Verizon used to pay a fat dividend. I wonder if it still does. ASTS, this has been on a tear. This is probably one reason this index has run up so much. Let's see. A lot of these, though, I have never even heard of. Maybe we can find the old proverbial hidden gem. State Street Institutional. I don't know what that means. There's no stock symbol. So give me just a second. I'm going to make a list of these in stockcharts.com. Okay, so I just got done typing in the symbols into stockcharts.com, and I'll have a new list, and then I can just scroll through the charts. Click create new list, and here's our new list, and let's go chart list view. And then let's just go through these, and if we see any particular good ones, if we put a space in front of the name, it will reorder them and put those first. Maybe I'll put a number 1 by them. Let's do that. Let's just scroll through and look at the technical picture of each of these stocks. If it looks good technically, then I also subscribe to Market Surge. Here's Market Surge. I was just looking at MasterCard. MasterCard just broke out today. It's looking pretty good, up about 1% out of this nice little tight area. Anyway, we can look on Market Surge and look at the earnings and sales, dividend, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. And one thing I would like to mention is I do have a Patreon service where I show my portfolio and focus list every weekend and talk market strategy, and I do some blog posts during the week. If you're interested in that, there's a 7-day free trial. You can just look in the description below. So let's see, this is certainly in a downtrend, and it's down over 50%. Not looking good. This one, flatlining. Now I might go back through at some point and set some alerts. I buy stocks, I'm a momentum trader. I buy stocks when they're going up, when they are above most of the resistance, most overhead supply, if you will. In this particular chart, it will have cleared most resistance at about 7.2. So what I might go back when I'm not filming here and just set some alerts on this one. So this one, right click, create alert, 7.2. Then I can just go about my business, and days or weeks or even months from now, I'll get that alert, and it'll be working up the right side of this base and almost done with the new base. And then I can consider buying that one. So ANET, I like this one a lot. It's already on my Patreon focus list. So we got a nice, albeit choppy uptrend. We got this big gap up on earnings. Came back down hard, but that's when the general market came in hard. So essentially it just did what the general market did. And now it has retested this, gap here at 360. Someone was obviously selling here at 360, someone with bigger pockets than mine. So what I want to see is for it to clear 360. I already have an alert set there. And let me just show you guys the fundamentals real quick. So it's a very profitable company, $8 a share. Nice, consistent earnings of most recently plus 33, plus 46, plus 48, plus 39, plus 33. And sales consistent, plus 16, plus 16. Gross margin, 65%. Relative strength, 93. Yeah, looks pretty good. No dividend. So let's give that one a number 1. I believe there are 41 stocks in this list, in this ETF. You can buy ETFs just like a stock. The big advantage is it's not nearly as risky as buying an individual company. If you buy one company and, anything could happen. CEO could quit or get fired. They could get caught cooking the books, so to speak. Negative product, a news item, whatever, can really tank a stock. Whereas if you have an ETF like this one, composed of 41 stocks, you are isolated from those individual incidences. But there's a negative, and that is that 41 stocks are going to move a lot slower in aggregate, if that's the right word, than potentially one stock. A stock has a potential to go up 1,000% in a year. That happens sometimes. Whereas ETFs, if you get a 100% move out of an ETF in a year, that's a tremendous move. Anyway, let's keep going. ASTS, this is a little company that's trying to do a Starlink type service. And they're teamed up with Verizon, and they are working on commercializing, getting little tiny satellites, microwave size satellites floating around in space to give us worldwide phone coverage. Sounds great. If I remember right, they're still losing a lot of money. ASTS. Let's see. Yeah, this is a company that's not making money yet. And so it's just in the concept stage, pre-commercialization stage. Definitely we would be buying the story here. Let's see. 2-time U.S. investment champion Leif Sarida bought it right here, coming out of this high type flag. That would have been a great spot to buy it. One of my Patreon members, Monica, bought it. I can't remember now where she bought it. Hopefully maybe right here. This is extended now. At minimum, you want to get it on a bounce down here near the 21-day. Personally, I'll wait for it to come all the way down to this 50-day simple moving average. It'll come back. Stocks, the 50-day simple moving average is like a magnet. Eventually, it's going to come back to it. So let's put this one. Focus list is stocks within 5, buyable within 5 trading days if it continues to set up productively. Watch list is stocks that I want to watch. So this would be a watch list. So actually, let's put a number 2 next to this one. ATEX, this is a wild bucking bronco. No way I would be able to stay in this with a tight stop. AVNW, that is an ugly chart if I've ever seen one. Bandwidth, also an ugly chart. Interesting that the index is performing so well and many of these charts do not look very good. This is calming down and tightening up. Lots of overhead supply though. Let's just, once it pops up here to about 39, then maybe I'll just dive into it and see what it's all about. So let's just make an alert on this one at 39. No, I'm not buying it at 39, but I will begin the research process because it is really calming down. If you look at this area of the chart, that's actually a pretty good looking chart. And it really took off and came back in with the general market. This was probably earnings. Let's see, 722. Oh, maybe not. Huh. All right, let's keep moving. I don't have a lot of time today. So actually, let's put a number 3 next to that one. When I look at this list again in a few days, I'll have these sorted for myself. Let's see, cup, sort of making a handle. This, let's see, 80 to 50. Yeah, that cup's way too deep. I'm going to pass on that for now. Maybe when it gets up to 76, I'll see. Deep cups like this are really prone to failure. But we'll just start keeping an eye on it when it hits 76. Let's put a 3 next to that one too. So far we haven't found anything buyable today. Hopefully we will. It's always fun to buy a new stock, right? Nice cup. This one is not too terribly deep. Let's just see. I'm going to disregard this. 25%. Okay, it definitely needs to make some kind of a handle. Although it's a large cap. Large caps don't always make handles. Let's look on MarketSmith. CIEN. Losing money. Earnings coming out in 8 days. Profitable company. I definitely wouldn't buy it coming into earnings. Interesting that the stock is performing well when the earnings are garbage. Pretty flat long term. Let's just give this one a number 4. We'll just check in on it every week or two for a while. CLFD, nice earnings gap, but then it's been flatlining. Cisco Systems crawling out of the gutter. Giant mega cap. I'm not too interested. DGII. This will be interesting. Let's set an alert up here at about 32. Let's see. 32. But at the moment, it's kind of making a big double bottom. Not particularly appetizing right now. This is interesting. EXTR. It's just about filled this gap. Nice little platform here. Here's where the market came in. So if you ignore that, nice little platform. Boy, if it popped up here to 15.3 or so, maybe we could entertain putting on a little position. Let's put a 1 next to this one. EXTR. Where did my MarketSmith go? There it is. EXTR. Losing lots of money, but it is projected to be profitable in 2025. Network infrastructure equipment. Interesting. Yeah, this would be one I might. Now, there's tons of supply over here, but it is above the 200-day. The 200 days in a downtrend. Mark Minervini waits for the 200-day to start pointing upwards. So we're pretty premature. I do like this flat area, though. Boy, I might be tempted to put on just a little tiny position. A little tiny pilot position. And then as it continues to build up and this 200-day flattens out, then maybe we could consider adding to it. FFIV. Boy, this is a wild one. Cup. Huge breakout. Came in with the general market. Running up to 200. Interesting. FFIV. FFIV. Optimization technology, whatever that is. Earnings and sales are weak. Very profitable company, though. 80 relative strength. Long-term chart, nothing to get too terribly excited about. Here's your huge earnings pop. Then see when the general market came in. That's the S&P 500. that's when this came in. This has got potential, even though the numbers are garbage. Maybe they've reported good guidance. Let's look. I have a partner seeking alpha. Let's look it up. What is the name of that? FFIV. FFIV. Maybe later offline here, I will read some of these analysis articles. This guy says buy. Narrative hits refresh. 10x operating profits. And click on these and read them. And maybe I look at the transcripts as well from the last earnings call. And hey, if Seeking Alpha Premium is something you guys are interested in, I have a link in the description. You can check it out. You can do a portfolio among other things. TLN's doing well today. Let's get back on track here. Okay. We need some sort of a flat area here. This is very V-shaped. Maybe it flattens out. Even so, I'd like to watch this one. Let's put a 1 next to it. FYBR. Now, this is in a nice, pretty stable uptrend. Frontier Communications. Let me draw this in for you guys. We have got, so here's our base, there's our breakout, probably on earnings. Now it's just in a pretty stable uptrend here, see that? So what you can do when a stock is trending like that is buy a bounce off of the lower trend line here. Let's take a look at the fundamentals. Let's see. The fundamentals do not match up with the price action at all. Video, voice, access, internet services, huge, contraction in earnings, +2 sales. These are really bad fundamentals. So why is it going up? We'd have to do some research on this one, on Seeking Alpha or some other source. Figure out. It's all about forward expectations. Even though this stock did poorly last quarter, I don't know. The future must be looking brighter for them. Did I put a 1 by this one? Let's put a 1 by this one. And we need to do some more research before if I see the stock set up technically really well and really good fundamentals, I will buy first and then research it. But something like this, I'm going to do some research first and figure out what the heck's going on. Okay, go is not going, is it? It's in a downtrend. GSAT Global Star, huge, deep base, too deep, too cheap a price. HLIT, messy chart. It is pushing near year-long highs. Big gap up on earnings, came in with the general market. Let's just take a sneak peek. HLIT. Wow. Bad earnings again. Contracting earnings and sales, but it popped up on earnings. Like I said, must have been good guidance. It is a profitable company. I've got a Zoom meeting with Kevin at 2:30 in an hour. What else can we say here? Monthly chart, it's almost kind of acting like it wants to get stage 2. This, I'm in no hurry to buy this, but I do think it is worth monitoring. Where did it go? There it is. Let's monitor this thing. Let's set an alert, see when it gets above 14.75. Let's see, 14.75. Okay. And let's put a 1 in front of it. Let's see, guys. I am going to take a break and finish this video tonight or tomorrow. I've been staring at charts all day, and I want to take a little break from the screen before I meet with Kevin here, one of my Patreon members, on Zoom. If you like the video so far, if you could like it, that would help get it out to more subscribers or viewers. you could also consider subscribing. So I'm going to stop this part of the video here, and then I will jump in. Let's remember I'm on HLIT. We'll see. There's quite a few charts left, right? Ooh. Oh, Juniper Networks. I think this one's getting acquired. Boy, this would be a perfect high type flag here. Well, not quite. It has the perfect spirit of a high type flag, but I think it's getting acquired. It's just, wow, that's looking good too. This is their biggest holding too. LUMN extended. Oh my gosh, look at Motorola. Why do we not own Motorola? That's nuts. Let's just see. That looks pretty good. Boy, there are some good looking stocks here. TDS, T-Mobile. Some of these are running. That's a nice setup. Okay, we're going to have to finish this video. Ooh, Verizon is setting up pretty nicely too. That's a nice long base. What's the old saying about bases? Longer the base, the farther into space. Okay, so I'm going to pause for today, but you'll see me in just a second. Okay, investors, I am back. I took a bit of a longer break than I expected. Did some of my own trading, of course, and then in the evening I went for a hike out to Palisade Falls. Here's a quick picture of the falls out here in Bozeman, Montana. Bonus points if you can spot the dog. Anyway, I am going over the component parts of the Telecom ETF XTL, trying to figure out what stocks are making it run so hard and hopefully finding one or two that are not too overextended and buyable. And when I'm done with the video, I will put in the description the stocks that I liked the best in terms of their technical shape, if you will. So far, I like ANET, EXTR, F5 Networks, FYBR, HLIT, and that's it for the A list so far. Now let's scroll down. I am about halfway through. Okay, I just finished the H's. Now we are in the I's. IDT. This actually looks really good. Got a nice you got powerful breakout, nice smooth-ish uptrend, kind of a head and shoulders top that has thus far failed to fulfill the expectations to the downside, and it looks like it's about to break to the upside. Let's just draw our line across there, line of demarcation, and let's make that transparent. Okay, so yeah, we have a little bit of supply over here. It's quite a ways back. I suspect most of these bag holders sold in here and in here. Not a lot of trading days. I'm not going to be too concerned about it. Probably when it pushes through here, it'll come and do a little backing and filling. But even so, let's give this one a number 1. And 1 second. 1. And let's set an alert at 39. And let's take a look on market surge here. IDT, prepaid calling cards, long distance, etc. Numbers are abysmal. -17 last earnings, 0% sales growth, hence the downtrend when it came in on June 5th. So why is it performing better now? It's all about future guidance. What management signals is going to happen in the company in the future is more important than what they just posted. Nice little handle here. I would say I personally would be comfortable putting on a third or a half position on a close above 39 here. Okay, and another one, INFN. Big earnings gap up, came in for a while due to some profit taking. Nice little base here, nice handle, tight platform to trade off of. This is a low price stock, which are generally more volatile. It does have a market cap of 1.5 billion, Semiconductor industry. Let's just take a sneak peek at this as well. INFN. INFN. Again, the numbers are terrible. Negative 500% earnings, negative 9% sales. Barely profitable. But again, it's all about future expectations. Chart's been flatlining long term. Where did it go? There it is, INFN. If this pushes above 630, we got a tiny bit of supply there. Trending upwards this entire year. I again would be comfortable putting on a half position or so. I definitely would play it smaller because of the low price. Now I know that those poor fundamental numbers probably scare you, but if the fundamentals are so poor, why is the stock going up? Probably some investors with deeper pockets know things that we don't about the future of the company. Now we could argue that it's just retail cowboys driving it up, but with the volume of 8 million, I don't think this stock moves unless there's some institutional buying. So let's put a number one by it, and let's put an alert here at 6.3. Let's see, Iridium. This looks like a short candidate. Wow, getting support along 25, but I'm not going to bottom fish that thing. Juniper, I thought was getting acquired. That sure is a nice looking cup and high handle. Let's just take a sneak peek on Seeking Alpha. Link to Seeking Alpha in the description, by the way. Juniper, oh, what did I do? JNPR? Here we go. Let's just look real quick. Juniper Networks ticks higher after getting UK approval for sale. Yeah, so I think it's getting closer to the merger. There probably isn't much upside left to that. In fact, I'm just going to delete it like so. That is a flatliner. Let's not bother. Lilac, nice uptrend, broke really hard. I'll go back and set an alert for this one at about 10.4. I'll do that later so this video doesn't take 1 million hours. Let's see. LITE, bucking Bronco moving sideways. I stay away from stuff like that. Lumen, what a little rocket ship. $1 to $7. That's the siren song of this micro cap, right? $5 billion. Actually, this isn't such a small stock. It's just very low priced. It must have gotten hammered in 2022. Let's just see what's going on. Broadband services. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, it fell off. It's been falling off a cliff for a few years, but something is going on. This is a turnaround play if I've ever seen one. 99 relative strength. Numbers again are terrible. Where could we possibly get into this? Well, obviously in hindsight, we get in down here at maybe 1.75, although there was no handle whatsoever. Trying to get support on the 21 day. I'd be patient and wait for it to gradually come to the 50 day, and maybe if it fish hooks off the 50 day, that's where I would try it. And if it doesn't do that, I'll just let it go. You know, there's 10,000 stocks in the market. We don't need to chase anything. Pink grapefruit from Winco. It's pretty good. No, I'm not getting paid to advertise it. All right, what else here? Motorola Solutions. Gosh, I've been watching this go up without me for months. And I still can't touch it. Look how far it is from the 50 day. Way too extended. See how periodically it comes down and it touches the 50 or gets close to it. That would be our play. I'll put it on a secondary watch list, though. Eventually it's going to set up again. This is one of the many stocks I'd love to get in, be in, but I sure am not going to chase it here. Where's our buy point? Probably this gap up right here. Add-on right there. NTCT just pushed up above the 200 day. Lots of supply looking left. I would wait. You know, maybe when it gets way up here at 23.5, clears this big sideways movement, then maybe we'd be interested. I'll make a note. Netgear is in a subtle uptrend, but boy, that's messy. I'm not too interested. Shen, sideways, forget it. AT&T's got a nice run going here. Too extended for my purposes. Might pause out here at the whole number resistance of 20. Here's a base. This is probably our buy point right there. Okay, now this has got potential. TDS, really long base. The longer the base, the farther into space. Trying to get into stage 2 here. Let's look it up on Market Surge. TDS. Plus 24 earnings, -2 sales. Interesting that all these stocks are starting to move without fundamentals behind them again. Must have to do with future guidance. Weekly chart definitely starting to move into stage 2. Monthly chart's pretty ugly. Has a little dividend, 0.68. That's good. It is not turning a profit. I would be patient with this. Oh, that's not it. Where'd it go? TDS. I'd be patient with this one. Oh, I suppose our resistance area is right about there. I would probably let it break out a little farther, come back in a little bit, and then intentionally be a little late on this, just because I'm not convinced that it is breaking out of this base. This might be a little false start. Not much volume pickup here. Yeah, that's an interesting one though. Let's give it a number 1. Move it up there with the top tier stocks from this list. Okay, T-Mobile is killing it. What a great base to buy from right there. You'd be sitting on a nice profit. Way overextended. I'm not touching it here. UI, ubiquity. Ubiquitous means known throughout the land. That's kind of a fun name for a company. Interesting. Double bottom handle breakout. That's where we buy it. Let's see. Numbers are quite tepid. Manufactures radios, antennas, and network management tools. But it's working up the right side of the base on the weekly. I'm going to say it's too extended at the moment. USM, United States Cellular Corp, long sideways base. This is a base on base. Here's a base. Here's a base. It's pretty easy to play this one. Let's just put an alert at 60. Now, we'll try not to ignore it because it might set up a handle down here at 58 or 59. In fact, let's put an alert at 59. I'll do that offline so you don't have to see. I don't want to waste your time. VIAV, kind of an Adam and Eve, huge double bottom, way premature though. VSAT, why would you want to be going sideways in a stock like that? I sure wouldn't. Verizon, all right, this is more like it. Give this a number 1. Why am I giving it a number 1? It's in a nice long base. The base looks like it's almost done. Let's just take a little peek here. I suppose that's where most of our resistance is. Look at this. We can draw a nice curved, what would William O'Neill call this? Give you 5 seconds. This would be a saucer formation. Like a cup, but not as deep. Even giving us a little handle here. Yeah, looks good. I just set an alert at 42. Again, numbers are terrible. This is so interesting. I don't think I've ever seen an industry-wide move where many of the stocks are moving up into stage 2 without explosions in earnings and sales. If you know anything about why, let me know. This is a very profitable company, and I think it has a fat dividend. Yeah, 6%. So this is one you could almost, look how it's going sideways long term. You can almost own this like a bond and Just net the 6% dividend and maybe get a little growth out of it. Although looking at the long term, maybe not get a little growth out of it. But certainly it is cyclical, and maybe we could catch a run up to 60. Let's see. Let's keep, oh, that's it. All right. So let's see, to recap, quite a few extended stocks, quite a few stocks languishing sideways. And here's the list of stocks that are most appealing to me from a technical perspective. And I will put the names of these in the description below. ANET, ANET, this has got some rock star fundamentals, by the way. At this point, probably start a position at 360, close above 360. EXTR, just a little bit extended. I wish I would have bought it right there. Let it come in just a little bit. This is an early turn. I probably would wait for this 200-day to turn up a little more. 5 networks, fiber, HLIT, IDT, INFN, TDS. You could even see how it's going inside here after this breakout, which there's more by volume. One could argue to put on a little sliver here, like a fifth or so of a normal position, and see if this continues to break out. I like this shakeout right there. Verizon, we just talked about. All right, that is it for this. Next, I'm going to go through the insurance industry stocks. Those stocks are also killing it. Maybe I'll put a video up on that. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it on my own. In any case, good luck in the market. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Consider liking and subscribing. Consider checking out my Patreon. Link in the description. Consider checking out Seeking Alpha Premium. Link also in the description. Take care, everybody.